And we're back with, I'm not sure, with Anne, or there's Anne. Hello. She's back. More prizes. Thanks, Anne.
Yep, no problem. We are going to have another prize in just a second. Actually, let's do it right now. Let's just start off. Our final prizes. Now, let's do the big one. The way I say it's big is you get a lot of things with this prize. Let me go grab it. You get We Do Hard Things hat and a sweatshirt. This is from the Meekums shop in our dance studio, and a pair of dance shoes. Actually, two pairs looks like, because there's two boxes here. I don't think they'd have a box in each shoe, so it must be a Latin and a standard shoe. So hold your breath, people. This is a good one. This one is anonymous. I should have been more careful when I was cutting up the name. All right. That one's anonymous too. I'm embarrassing myself here. Trying to think of a way to make a joke out of it, but it's not happening. All right, here we go. Melanie Manning, you are the winner. I need to be more careful with what names I put in there. But okay, Melanie Manning, you are the winner of this amazing package from We Do Hard Things. I'm going to stick you right over here. Congratulations. Let's see who gets our last We Danced Through Quarantine t-shirt. See who that is. Rochelle. I'm making myself embarrassed here. Yes, it was Rochelle Walton. Oh, I dropped it and picked it up again. Rochelle Walton got our last PBD quarantine shirt. Okay, and let's do our very last face mask. This is my favorite one. That's why I saved it for last. I don't know why. I just like it. Let's see who gets it. All right. Looks like our very own Monique Crowder. Monique, you won the mask. It's amazing. You donated, and we're so grateful. Put that down there and keep track of it. Very cool. Okay, put this down. And I'm going to grab my last prop for you. Here we go. Can you name the piece that this showed up in? Now, I don't even know what it is because this is before my time. But it was on stage at one point because I pulled it out of the prop closet. And this wouldn't be there for no reason. It's pretty darn cool. It even moves. My favorite prop. Where'd it come from? So as a reminder, at the end of this show, and I think Heather may have another prop for you. If you can name all of the props that showed up throughout our 6.5-hour telethon and tell us what show they came from, you'll be entered into a drawing for a Amazon gift card, because we all know that Amazon is where it's at these days. Okay. All right, so I'm really excited to, well, first I want to encourage you to make your donation if you haven't yet, of any amount, and you can text PBD Strong to 44321 to make that happen. Oh, 99 donors! Oh, this is so cool. We've got one more. I think we could do it. I think we could probably get one more donor in there. That's pretty cool. So text PBD Strong to 44321 and kind of join this party. We'll do another celebration if we hit 100. Okay, cool. Let's welcome our next guest, the Crisostomo family. And it is my pleasure to be able to interview them today. Are you there, Chrysostomos?
Yep.
All right. Do we get to see your faces today?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, you guys are looking good. I'm gonna pull up a seat. We'll have a little chat. How are you?
Good.
We're
It's
good.
been a great day. Looks like we've raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, people are really coming together. It's been a beautiful thing. It's been really fun. So yeah. Oh. I saw a finger slide in there.
Oh, no, Dad.
You know what?
You can turn like the Zoom camera around, so it's still like facing like a selfie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I really can't do because I've had a number of little goofs, we'll say myself. So
It's okay.
oh well, makes me relatable. That's what people tell me.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about you. I want to hear your family. Just kind of introduction, who you are, and how dance has been involved in your life. And we could even start with you, Clarice. I don't know if you're a ballroom dancer, actually. I don't know.
Not at all. I've never danced. My husband has never danced. But we really started because of my mom. On Evelyn's 12th birthday, she took her out on a birthday date and came back and said, I signed it.
Month full of
Yeah,
intro class.
intro classes from PBD. We had known two other girls from our church, Jessica and Shalena, who danced with PBD, and we heard great things about it, and they were really flourishing in the program. But my mom just signed her up, and I thought, okay, she's really uncoordinated. It's your money. But then she started with Rick's intro class, and it was pretty amazing from even the first day that she was able to just pick it up, and she loved the program and the teaching. It was great.
What year was that about, do you think?
2011.
2011. Yeah, 2010, 2011. And she did a few intro classes, and then ended up auditioning for hoping to get on JP team, but we knew nothing about ballroom, and so she
I was
just
just
showed up.
hoping to get on a team. Let's just make that clear.
I think she was there at intro classes for 2 days, two days worth of intro
No, it was
classes.
like a week. I think it was like a week.
Yeah. And then they said, why don't you try out? You just need to learn cha-cha and waltz. And they told her to show up at the audition, and any boy will dance with you. And
I was wearing a bright orange skirt that was not a ballroom skirt. It was crazy. But
yes, and she danced with Mark Crowder.
yes, I did.
That's one of the tallest boys on the YP.
He was a senior,
Yes.
I think, that year that I first was getting on the team. I was 12 at the time. So.
And she, with a couple cha-cha steps that she learned beforehand, she went ahead and auditioned and made junior show.
No, junior backup.
Junior backup, that's right, with Coach Cam.
Yes, Cam Briggs.
And at that time, my boys were all doing baseball, and we told Ethan, I go, why don't you try ballroom? He's like, no way, there's no way. He said, my friends would make fun of me. And so we kept trying to convince him to do ballroom. And one day we were driving home from the studio. And actually, he had visited the studio, and one of the pretty girls,
youth premiere team.
I think her name was Ashley Hudson on the YP team, came and said hi to him and said, hey, do you dance too? And he was in his muddy cleats. And after that, Ethan decided, he's like, okay, I'll try it.
Yeah, I didn't know that Evelyn started it because Ethan's older by a couple of years, right?
Yeah. And so Ethan kind of came into the program. The year had already started. It was right before the winter program. They used to have a holiday fundraiser ball.
It was like Autumn Festival one year,
Yes.
but before that it was something else.
And
Harvest
So
Ball,
right
Harvest
before the Harvest Ball, Ethan jumped into the team, not knowing anything, and next thing you know, I had 2 kids on the junior backup team with Cam. It was pretty fun.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. I didn't know that
But
happened.
he was playing basketball, and we told him, please, just to make life easier on the rest of the family, just do ballroom. And he kicked, he
protested.
yeah, he protested quite a bit, but he ended up loving it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you're on camera. You pretty much have to say, just kidding.
He loved it. And so, and then Logan, had watched his older siblings go through all these teams, and this ballroom became our lifestyle. He was kind of waiting in the wings, waiting for his turn. And so it was really fun to have him finally emerge as this dancer that he is, and be a really big part of the program.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because I was one of the questions I wanted to ask Logan in particular was about having older siblings that have gone before you and are doing this hobby. And at what point do you kind of make it your own? I remember when I was a kid, I wouldn't do any. I was the youngest, or I don't know. I have a complicated family. If depending on how you count up my siblings, I was the 10th out of 11.
Whoa.
But it's like a combined kind of situation. I'm also the 5th out of 6th and like the 14th out of 15. Like, it's really complicated. I'll tell you about it some other time.
Okay.
Depending on how you count the siblings. And I just didn't want to do anything that anyone else had done. And so I was doing random stuff like, I don't know, playing the French horn, the stuff like that. So how have you made dance kind of your own and like made to come to terms with it, with what your goals are? And you want to talk about that a little bit? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, well, I thought it was weird, and sometimes still, well, back when Evelyn was still at PBD, it was weird for me on junior show. It's like, oh yeah, I'm Evelyn's little brother. Yeah, Hayden's my older brother too. It's fine. But it wasn't until I got on JP, and it wasn't necessarily the team. It was me being able to compete just me competing. When I'm out on the floor, it's like, okay, I just got to give it my all and then crush my opponents, whatever. But, and that was kind of where I got more of a sense that this is what I want to do, and that this is my sport. And that's kind of where it started to change for me and become more of my thing, and just not me doing what my older siblings did.
So what I'm hearing is it's kind of embracing the competitive side of and looking at it as a sport where you can really like push yourself. You guys keep jumping around on my screen. So
It was the cutest thing is when he was 5 years old. All he asked for Christmas was like a black zip up, because he wanted a JP jacket,
Oh yes,
just like his older brother Ethan, and he would wear it everywhere. Every time we pick up the big kids, he always had to have his pretend PBD jacket. So it was a pretty big deal when he finally got his very own.
One time we were actually I know the teams were performing on like the Auburn local news, and I remember that the journalist that was there interviewing everybody, she saw Logan watching on the sidelines, and she's like, "Can you dance?" And then he showed off his moves. How old was he?
He was 5.
He was like 5 years old. He was really little. And she had him dance on camera with her, and he taught her how to cha-cha, and he was like counting it the whole time. And then like he wore Ethan's JP zip-up team jacket, and yeah.
And it was hilarious because he wasn't even supposed to be part of that. It was supposed to be about the kids going to nationals.
It was really awesome.
I mean, it's pretty hard not to be like totally taken in by a cute little guy that can dance. It sounds like you were like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I should probably be asking the older siblings what it's like to be upstaged by a little sibling, but we won't go there. We won't go there. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I wanted to ask Evelyn. Our time is like slipping away, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to ask you my questions. So you're dancing at college now. Right now, I don't know that we've interviewed anyone currently. Oh wait, the Migliori. I think Migliori boys. One of them is dancing, but you're dancing in college right now, actively pursuing the next level. It's a beautiful picture. And I think that you're dancing with an alumni there, right?
Um,
Not
I was
currently.
not currently. I was dancing with Nathan Cook before. We grew up together and we were partners on Your Kids. And then when he first came back from his mission, we decided to throw things together and see what happened. That was pretty fun. But right now, I'm kind of in the middle of juggling partners. I'm currently dancing standard with a boy named Shannon, who's super awesome. But I think it's super interesting now that I'm in college and experiencing ballroom at BYU, how just ballroom fills your life and fills your time, and it really is just your whole life when you're in
No.
school.
Oh,
And
let me interrupt real quick because right now the only person I can see is your dad.
oh.
Let's try something better.
So that's
Okay, we're good.
Okay. You're saying it.
There we
that's
go.
why I
I love
mentioned Nathan because there was a picture of him with. I think that's Nathan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was at the BYU November competition last year.
That's a beautiful picture. Okay, so finish what you were saying. I was too distracted by. I really do want to hear.
You got to give props to all those dance dads out there, right?
True.
That's the perfect comment. Like holding the camera, you know, all the things. You know,
Yeah.
we love our dance dad. He wanted a spot in the limelight.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Okay. As I was saying earlier, just at BYU, ballroom is so much a part of your life, regardless of whether you're studying ballroom or studying anything remotely related to dance. Like, for example, I'm not studying ballroom or any dance subject right now. I'm studying biology, but at the same time, even though that's my major and that's really what I want to succeed in and pursue as a career, ballroom, if you do it at college, at the college level, it's still such a huge part of your life. It's amazing to see how, like, the older students that I've been on team with or, you know, looked up to before I got on the team, just how they balance the crazy lifestyle of being constantly in the ballroom world. Like, literally, my daily life on tour team during the school year was kind of hectic. You go to 7 a.m. or maybe earlier practice in the morning, and then you go to your other classes, and then you go straight from those other classes back to practicing. And it just was such a huge part of my life, at least, I don't know, while at BYU.
It's so fun though. How many kids, former PBD kids, are on the team with you right now?
Right now, there's Nathan Cook, Jordan Evans.
Rebecca Seeley's in the program.
Yeah, she's on the backup tour team, and then there's so many others actually, like in the other teams. And it's really cool to see how we all grew up in the same program, and then we're still pursuing this thing that we love, even though, you know, some of us want to study other things and pursue other things as a career. We're still so glad, and so it just brings so much joy into our lives to still be in ballroom.
And we're so grateful for the opportunities that and the doors that opened for Evelyn because of the program that was provided through PBD. And not just ballroom, but the relationships that were made and definitely all the lessons that they learned through all their amazing coaches that they've had throughout the years that have, you can't be more thankful as a parent that they've had these people in their lives. You know, like Rick Gosser teaching my boys how to be gentlemen. That's actually one of my favorite moments ever. It's my oldest. We get a little emotional. Ooh, he's serving in the military, and he hasn't been home in a while. So, oh, I love that. Okay, you take over for a moment.
Yeah, when Ethan and I were little, when I first started dancing and he first started dancing, we actually were partners. And I thought that was, looking back, I'm so grateful for that time we had together, just because, as crazy as things were with siblings, just, it was so cool to be able to work together, even though we argued, even though every now and then we fought. We became so close and we worked as a team together. And when we were competing, it was just such a bonding experience. And I know that, there's so many other kids that go through the program with their siblings, and it's really cool to see just how close the kids get while dancing with their siblings and really building their relationships with their families. And that's what I think is so awesome about PBD, is that we were able to go through it together as a family. And that's one of my mom's other favorite moments. That was my senior year. I got to do a solo with Hayden, and I just thought it was pretty cool because we were both on different teams. I was on youth premier while he was on junior premier, and we're,
And the coaches totally surprised me.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't tell me. The kids kept it a secret. I don't even remember watching this dance in concert because I just had tears in my eyes the whole time. It was Evelyn's final concert with PBD, and
It was really cool that we were able to dance together. I don't know. It's really cool to go through it with your siblings because it's just such a bonding experience. Ballroom dance is not just about the technical aspects and the skills that you learn in dance, but it's also about the relationships and learning to work together and building just a strong partnership. And it's just really awesome to do that with my brothers.
Now I didn't know Hayden was going to join us today, but I want to hear from him. I didn't prepare a question though. What do you got for me? We can do a picture.
Oh,
Oh, Miss Sarah. And everybody else too.
Yeah, you're an amazing dancer, and I've always loved watching you dance. I do know that.
Oh,
You had some really iconic, striking moments in your last concert. That and just for me personally, my kids my kids look up to your guys' kids, and I feel like you've taken them under their wing a lot in different ways, whether direct friendships or just by your good examples. And we're out of time, and I know you have something you want to share with us, but
we do. Well, before the kids share something special with you, we just want to tell everybody, donate to PBD. This is a really important part of our community. There are just certain things, arts within the arts or sports, that really exclude economic classes. And ballroom is one of those things. It's very expensive. It's really special and unique. It's a very interesting niche in our society. But Pacific Ballroom Dance really provides a way for families who can't afford private lessons or the big programs or the training. It makes it open to everyone in the community. And something like dancing classrooms, what we provide in the schools, it's such a gift. And this is why we want to continue to support Pacific Ballroom Dance.
You have been a true supporter for so many years, and we thank you for that. I can always count on you to give us so much love on social media, and your voice is again one of those voices that I can recognize from the crowd. Like, oh, there's the Crisostomos are sitting over there because I hear them cheering.
Awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and present.
Rainbow Galaxy S10.
Thank you, everybody.
That was so beautiful, and I mean, and I just loved it. What a treat! We got to see the Crisostomos dance again. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for preparing that. I can see you cleared out your furniture. You really, really brought it today and made our interview special. Thank you so much. You're beautiful dancers.
Thank you.
Awesome. We love you all. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Mwah.